Ariana Maniz joining us now in studio. Ariana, it's all part of the impact of the Israel-Hamas war.
And that's what we're hearing from top law enforcement official. While there is no confirmed threat known to the Metro Atlanta law enforcement agencies, they say they are still on high alert. That's because top FBI officials say the threat landscape right here in the U.S. shows it's time to be concerned. A stark warning from FBI Director Christopher Wray.
The ongoing war in the Middle East has raised the threat of an attack against Americans in the United States to a whole nother level.
In his testimony before the Senate Homeland Security Committee, Wray says since the war between Hamas and Israel started on October 7th, Jewish, Muslim, and Arab American communities are at the center of potential threats. Wray cites sobering statistics about the historic rise of anti-Semitism.
Our statistics would indicate that for a group that represents only about 2.4% of the American public, they account for something like 60% of all religious-based hate crimes.
Secretary of Homeland Security says his agency is also witnessing similar threats.
In the days and weeks since, we have responded to an increase in threats against Jewish, Muslim, and Arab American communities and institutions across our country.
Local law enforcement officials say they have not encountered any specific credible threats, but remain on high alert. DeKalb County Police, for example, say they're participating in intelligence briefings provided by our state and federal partners. While we have not received any viable threats, we have increased patrols in specific areas and will continue to remain vigilant. Those areas, places of worship. And as federal, state, and local law enforcement work to stay ahead of potential attacks, Wray says Americans should be watchful and not alter our lives.
Not a time for panic, but it is a time for vigilance.
Wray says the FBI is working closely with federal, state, and local partners through Joint Terrorism Task Force and intelligence sharing to mitigate threats. Back to you.
Ariana, thank you. This morning, the Carter Center is urging the countries to do more to help people caught in the middle of the conflict. Its statement reads in part, quote, "We urge all parties to agree to a ceasefire. We ask for the opening of humanitarian corridors into Gaza and the reinstatement of essential services to the area." It continues, "We urge the immediate safe return of all hostages, and we call on both sides to abide by international law."